Hey everybody, welcome to another Music Monday with a song of the times. I'm here with Tyrone. Say hi.
Hey,
It's a typical Music Monday. But we're gonna do something fun today. We've gotten through some heavy concerts and a lot of fun with that. Straight ahead jazz has started up again, but we decided we wanted to have a conversation about the music that we don't know. And, some stuff that young people are listening to today. So, got my favorite intern here, Asya Crisp, who is a finishing her sophomore year at UNC Charlotte. So, she's been hanging with me for a while. So, we're doing a fun thing. She's going to play some songs that I know I've never heard. I'm guessing Tyrone has never heard. And we're going to give you our reaction to those songs. But if you don't know us, this could be raw. We'll see what happens.
yeah, it could be. Y'all go ahead and try. That's it.
Here's the first one. A couple of minutes.
Okay. It's okay. We were talking about this the other night that the lyrics usually that we like are very intentional. They tell a story. But I could not understand what she was saying. Maybe if I had the lyrics in front of me, I could tell what she was saying and I could hear pretty well. So the melody was cool. I like the melody. It reminded me of somebody else about another tune, but I can't put my finger on what that old tune is. I can't put my finger on it, but it sounds like something I've heard before.
You know, I really think it's my age, because I like to hear someone singing something that, how I want to put this, that's relevant now. I mean, it could be anything that's relevant to where we are like now.
But my thing is, if I don't understand what they're saying, right? If I can't distinguish the lyrics, it's so sort of slurred.
Yeah.
Then it could be as relevant as all get out. But if I don't understand what's said, I don't know that it's relevant.
Well, I mean, that's what Kim was in. I mean, she sounded like she got a nice little voice, but I don't know what she was talking about.
Yeah.
I have to disagree. I feel like Olivia Dean is very relevant to today. And also, the song is called A Couple Minutes. So she's basically going back. Like, she's basically saying, oh, I can give me a couple minutes and I'm going back to real life with her old talking stage, like with the old guy. And then she talks about like being on a couch with him. If I have a couple minutes, then I'm going back to real life. Then she's leaving this behind her. But if you compare Olivia Dean to like a lot of artists today, she's like the realest, like, everybody else talks about sex, drugs, getting girls, da 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 da. She's talking about her feelings, like, raw feelings. In my opinion, I think Olivia Dean is the next Adele.
That's a strong
It's a
that's a
statement.
strong well, yeah, wise, the quality of her voice, I like that. That was okay. But I do see the comparison to Adele. But I've got to understand what she's singing to see the relevancy. So if I saw the lyrics, I might say, "Oh, okay, I get it." But I gotta understand it. That's my only thing.
And also she's very, like, relevant to girlhood. She's, like, very popular with girlhood and, like, girls just romancing their 20s and not really being about a guy. You have hardships with guys, but it's like, I'm a girl.
Yeah. So I'm missing girlhood
Girlhood at this
purposefully versus womanhood. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
into the
So I got one more question then, as you're finding another song. So if you're making a distinction with her around girlhood, even though she has that sound of that flavor, that Adele flavor, but I always think of Taylor Swift when I think of the stories of girlhood. So is that what you're talking about, or is that more light
absolutely
stuff?
not. I don't even think about Taylor Swift as girlhood. think Taylor Swift's Swifties are in a bubble. I don't really think that's girlhood. I just think that's not facing reality, in my opinion. She's 30, 35, still making high school music. That makes no sense. But I think Olivia Dean actually like talks about the real challenges of being young, dating, like dating new guys, the failure, the talking, and just like embrace. Because you know how you have moments where you just need to stop dating and just like really learn who you are, self love,
Take a break.
yeah, and empower yourself. So I think that's where she embraces girlhood, girls on her age level or above.
Okay. What else we got?
I think the Conundrum by Wale on his new album, Everything Is a Lie, and I think y'all should really listen to those. It's only 10 minutes.
I was T. I gotta be real. I don't know if this was done purposefully, like maybe some people came in and sung, and then the guy who was doing it, or the lady who was doing it, said, "Let's pump it up an octave, so they'll sound like chipmunks." That's what it kind of sounded like to me, as opposed to people really singing in the background. And then I didn't understand the lyrics, but that's just me. I'm I'm sorry.
Yeah, the first part kind of threw me off. I gotta be honest, that the chipmunk sound kind of threw me because I didn't know what was coming. Now, when he started, I realized, okay, so this is going to be a rap artist. And so for me, for some rap artists, I have to take a minute and get into the rhythm of whatever they're saying in order to understand it. And so that means for me, I'm probably going to have to be in maybe halfway through the song before I really understand it. So I may not give it that much time. I feel like I need now Angel to interpret what he's saying, so I have a sense of the the relevancy, because I feel like it's probably relevant, but to today,
Absolutely, for the
but
times, right.
but I don't know again I, I don't know what he's saying, so I can't. And I really don't understand the dynamic with
The Chipmunks?
yeah. Was that purposeful? Do you think?
No, that was the intro, so he just mumbled it out. I think it was like an old 90s R&B group. I can't tell you the one. But he's famous for his intros. He does comics. I forget the one. Is it Stanford and Son? Is one of them. He does. I don't remember. But basically Wale makes music for avoidance. Like people who like to avoid their, their relationship responsibilities. Like he said, but I like to get ghosts sometimes. Like he likes to basically have sex, make kids, and then just go ghost. But that's just him.
What does go ghost mean? Like,
Avoid. Like just avoid a girl. Like if you see Miss Toni and you possibly you dated her, but you just stopped talking to her because you just have to. You don't know how to deal with your own problems. You lead people on. He leads people on where he just goes ghost. He just won't respond, or he just moves like a ghost. Basically, does that make sense?
no.
I understand that concept.
Yeah, he
I understand the concept of getting ghosted. I get that.
He's like an emotionally detached person. Like he says key phrases like closed off, colder than most, emotional struggle and detachment. But also the song is about him like overcoming challenges and how cold he's became because of the music industry. I guess he's been in it for 15 plus years. How they treated him, like record labels, yada yada yada. He also talks about the relationship with his baby mother and how, you know, it's like deeply personal, and it's a journal cracked open. But it talks about like the blurred lines between desire and genuine affection, and can you like distinguish the two? But basically, this album did help me a lot with my friend's heartbreak. Everything is a lot. It is.
Yeah, everything is a lie.
Everything is a lot.
The name of the album is. So I take it that all the tunes on the album kind of speak to that same thing. Yeah, okay. I mean, I get that. I didn't know where he was going with the name of the album.
And I guess that's different. I mean, think about back in the day, Motown, it was solid, and nobody was saying, you could hear the lyrics, you could hear that's just me.
Yeah, and so we talked about that on Sunday, I think. Like I said about the relevance. Okay, I'll give you an example. We talked about how the lyrics that Marvin Gaye and Donny Hathaway and somebody else, I can't remember who the third one was, put out back in the 70s and the late 60s are still relevant today.
That's correct.
And so, but the only reason they can be relevant is because when you hear them, when we first heard them, we were thinking about what we were going through in the 60s and the 70s. And when you hear about it today, you're thinking about the foolishness that's going on today. You're still asking what's going on. I guess the whole notion of everything is a lie.
Everything is a lot.
Everything is a lot. See, I went straight to, wow, that's interesting. My ear heard everything is a lie. Because that could be real too.
But it's really everything's
a lot.
Like him having to deal with his emotions is a lot. And he also, the conundrum refers to the conclusion between lust and love. Was it lust or did I love her? And the difficulty of balancing his time and, his closed off times and his genuine feelings. Like he has a hard time distinguishing them. That's what it means, like where he's like, he has to go ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah. So we'd have to, again,
I need a pen so I can write down all these new phrases.
Yeah, I get that part. But what I'm not sure of is, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm unclear on the intentionality, right? Like if lyrics have a purpose, at least for our generation, lyrics had a purpose, right? And I'm not sure the message that he's trying to get through. I mean, if he's just saying, hey, life is a lot, and to deal with it, I gotta go ghost sometimes because to settle with myself. If that's what he's saying, then that would be my intention. The other thing from what I heard was everything is a lie. Okay. Not sure about whether it's love or less, so that could have been a lie.
Yeah.
Whatever you told to get what you wanted, everything is a lie.
But if y'all ever have time, y'all should listen to the whole album and it all will sink in and make sense. And listen to the lyrics too.
Baby, we write that brother's name down so I can.
How do you spell his name again?
Wale.
Oh, okay. I almost had it right. W-L. Oh, like, okay. Wale, okay.
And what was the
And the name of it is Everything is a Lot.
The album is Everything is a Lot. The intro was.
I can tell you now, we're going to call it a chipmunk song.
I don't mean the poo-poo is, but it's just, I think it's just a different era. Our parents were listening to something, and then in the 60s and 70s, we had our music, and I don't know what happened after that.
Well, yeah. And I know that art is a reflection of the reality of the time.
That's correct.
The space that the culture is in.
That's right.
Like in this exercise we're going through, because I haven't sat quietly to think about, I'm probably in my own little bubble, I haven't sat quietly to think about what is happening in the culture right now. I can link what was going on with us, everything from what's going on to Cloud9, all of this. So I can tell you, Cloud9 was the psychedelic generation, or period, I should say.
The thing about our kids don't think like that. Malcolm Fox, they don't think like Cloud9 and all those hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because that's not their generation. So I understand that. What I don't understand is what this brother was trying to say. I didn't get it. I didn't hear the lyric. I didn't hear the chorus. It was
if it's spoken word, it's not. If it's rap to me, it's not a chorus. Is there? I mean, is there a chorus in it? Is there a hook?
That was the intro, and then you go into Belly. Have you ever read or heard watched the movie Belly? With
Belly?
Nas, yeah. Is it Nas and DMX?
Write that down too.
It's basically the album is exploring vulnerability, mental health, and the pressures of fame.
And it's called Belly? Belly?
The second song going into the album. It's called Belly.
Oh, okay. Like Belly of the Beast kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
You wrote down Nas? Is that N-A-Z?
Mm-hmm. It's just the movie that he refers to. It's just Belly.
Okay. But the movie is Belly.
It was made in the '90s. It was about drug dealers.
Okay,
Let's write it down. I
gotcha.
want to ask the kids when I get home if they know everything she's telling us. They
Probably
probably
do.
do.
I mean, it's older than me, so hey,
Okay.
probably do.
Hmm.
All right.
What's scary is our 5-year-old granddaughter can listen to this and make out the words.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what's scary.
And she's got a nice
Well,
voice.
she may not be able to understand the words, you know, and how it's connected. She won't understand the emotions and all that stuff. But I guarantee you, you give her a minute and she'll be repeating the words.
That's how I was when my older sister used to drive me around. I used to listen to J. Cole, Crooked Smile. I used to just say the lyrics. I didn't know what it meant. And then I got older, I was like, oh my God, why was I saying this? Like, this is so much deeper than I was like kindergarten. I'm like, this is my favorite song. And I shouldn't have been saying that stuff. But it is real. It's real. It's real.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm learning a lot. Give me some notepad. Can you write this?
What?
That's all right.
Already.
This pretty cool.
I'm liking this. So I got a question. I like the groove, but the guitar in the back is like, it's going to be a Jimi Hendrix. Just what's that about? The guitar in the background, what does that do to make the song happen?
I don't know. I just the rhythm confused me, but at least I like the. I think I caught up. I think I caught on to a couple of words as I was going. So, but I could be wrong. I thought I heard something about a beautiful ocean, long way home, rock me, something, talk to me, and a slow jam. I heard. So I have a sense that there's a storyline in that lyric somewhere.
Where?
I said it somewhere. I don't know where it is. I'd have
Oh,
to listen to the whole a few times, I think, to find it. But the groove threw me off in the beginning. I kept thinking, okay, there it is. And then, no, that ain't it. And then I thought, okay, no,
that ain't it either.
that ain't it. I couldn't find the groove. And I think that's our generation. I'm looking for somewhere. I'm looking to be able, because I'm imagining myself, is this a slow jam? Is this something that when I go out, I'm going to dance with my partner on? Right. So then in my head, I'm saying, okay, I'm moving, and right, and then okay, here we go. So that kind of bothers me a little bit, but I did get the sense. I kind of like the voice. I like the
Yeah.
timbre of the voice, and I think there's a song in there. There's some lyrics in there I would like, and I like the melody. It's just I couldn't. What am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to listen to this song? Am I supposed to just stand by the stage and rock on the song, or am I supposed to dance on the song? I don't know. But do young people dance like slow dance anymore, or do they just stand around and?
I bet the answer is no. Let's see.
It depends on the song. Like Olivia Dean, you could dance like a couple of minutes.
Mhm.
That's a nice song to dance to.
Mhm.
But do you guys consider this song that I just played to be R&B?
No.
No, why?
Well, rhythm and blues. The first song's got to have some rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to have a little taste of the blues, old school blues.
And we got a little bit of the blues. I give them a little old school blues in there because I'm thinking of some of the almost harmonies in there. But the rhythm, I couldn't. I kept stumbling over my feet in the rhythm. That's why I ask, is it a song you dance to, or is it a song like I watch our adult kids now. I remember when they would just stand and just kind of rock in place, right, with whatever it is, or if they sit and listen, they just rock with it,
Mhm.
right? And so I don't know. Oh, so is that what you're supposed to do, or today you just stand and rock with it together, or do you actually dance?
For me, I feel like it's kinda just like a
Sorry.
bob your head, like,
Yep.
you vibe into type of song, not too much where you gotta make movement. But I think you guys are artists, so y'all critique like artists, y'all don't like, today, if you was to put in now, like, producer, and they heard this song, they're like, "Yeah, this is hard," because they didn't really grow up to make technically music, if I'm being honest. Music is built on its foundation, which is, like, the 1950s, stuff like that, so I mean, people still know how to make music, but it's just their way of critiquing it and what is listenable. But this song was by Justin Bieber. It's called Devotion. And I have a question. Do you think a lot of people say, or Christians argue, that this song was a call out to God? Do you feel that way?
I must have missed that part.
Devotion.
Called out the guard. What?
Well, I have to listen to
A
the
little bit more. Yeah.
now, let me back up. I know more and more about Justin Bieber to know anything about his relationship, marriage, or anything else. I was thinking more about Justin Timberlake in terms of the marriage thing. But shoot, I can't tell you I knew Justin Bieber was married. I guess I should have. But maybe it could be devotion to God. Maybe it could be devotion to the woman in his life. I'd have to hear the lyrics.
Do you want to read this?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I would because I feel like I'm the kid here that's like don't know nothing. Everybody else knows except me. Like,
But I would say through Justin Bieber's, career, he's had some ups and
Oh
downs. He
yeah, for
started with,
sure.
people I think people just like to make speculations or just try to make things that they want to make. But
mhm.
they say like the song is about spiritual loyalty and highlighting his journey to mature in love, which he has had his moments like his walk on Christ, which he has like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like I think people just kind of just want to make things about what they want to make them. So we'll see.
Cool. T, if you were singing a song and somebody came behind you or just added some stuff while you were singing, that would be bad because you're the vocalist. So if the people behind you, if your other singers want to chime in, that wouldn't be cool. If you're singing the melody, unless they know when to come in on the chorus or something like that.
yeah,
If everybody's just like what he just did, I can't try to sing it, but where's that sound that makes you say, "Oh man, this is a great song," versus what?
yeah. And I think what Asia is saying is that folks, and I think we had a conversation similar to this with the kids, the grown kids at one point.
That's true.
People aren't listening for the same reason we were listening, apparently. You know what I'm saying? They're not listening for the same things. For example, you listen for the hook. Because the first thing I'm going to grab is the hook. Later on, I'll learn all the lyrics. Because you remember back in the day when you had to listen to the songs over and over again to write down the lyrics. But you need a hook. And I don't think the hook in this one, I think, is devotion and something about slow jam and if you kiss me, hallelujah, something. So I'm kind of agreeing with Todd that this is really more about a relationship, maybe with his wife, partner. And he's adding some of those quote unquote spiritual, because hallelujah means highest praise, right? So it's like he's saying, when you rock me, I guess and with slow jam, when you kiss me, it's like hallelujah. I mean, that's all I can get. But now what you're saying, I agree with. But I think he's saying all those parts, right? It's not like he had background singers. I guarantee you, he's saying those. That's him singing all those parts. I bet. If what do you think? Did Justin Bieber have like background singers with him?
I think the artist I don't know how to pronounce his name. Dajon, I guess his style is folk and, like, did y'all hear all, like, the
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
it? And also I don't know, if you ever see him perform, he always kinda has, like, a bunch of people just singing after him.
Justin Bieber does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
occasionally, when he just wants to be, like, the new Justin Bieber,
Mm.
but if he wants to be old, he's solo.
Okay, I probably haven't seen the
Yeah, like
improved.
yeah, it was kinda
Same.
his
Oh, okay.
style. I've never really listened to him.
So Justin Bieber this who sing somebody else's songs.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. It's like me.
So
Well, then I get the vibe. Well, I think the vibe though is uh,
I mean, I get that, but you- whatever happened to like the lyrics and "Baby, I'm in love" and you know, that's
I
I love her.
I mean, yeah, but people don't really know what love is. That's
they're
not cute to be in love, if you think.
Really?
It's not cute to be in love.
How you get married then?
I mean, eventually we'll find the one, but right now it's not. You have age limits of where you're in love in my opinion. Like if I'm 18,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be what is her name? Like the Supremes that were singing at 19 talking about finding a husband. No.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about, twerking on cars, going to the club,
Working on cars.
turn it up. You know what I'm saying? Turn it up. Like, you're 20, you're having fun. Da, 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 da. Then you enter like maybe your 30s or mid 20s and you're like, okay, dang, I need to settle down. I need to find one. But love still exists. It still exists. But this artist is Playboi Carti and Travis
oh
Scott. His
'cause I
music,
said Cardi B and I don't know. I just heard Cardi.
yeah. His
Playboy
music is
Cardi.
more about like an energy and creativity.
I wonder what his real name is. His real name is probably Jimmy.
Let me look it up. Playboi Carti.
No, it ain't. It's Deshaun. So
No, they
yeah.
preparing the name of
Real name.
Deshaun.
But his music, I'm gonna show y'all a video in a second, is more about like creating an atmosphere and a feeling rather than like being a storyteller. Like his voice is the instrument, his beats is energy. I would never go to a Playboi Carti concert because his name is Jordan Tyrell Carter.
Hmm. See, got a real name.
Okay, so Cardi, we see where that came, huh?
But here's a video of his concert. This is the type of
Yeah, no.
yeah, he's very demonic. Very demonic.
Damn. People go hear that?
Oh yeah. And okay, so we're looking at the video that you're showing us of this concert, and that was the question I was asking. So okay.
People actually die in mosh pits in concerts because it's too hot. People jumping it down like up and down, getting like trampled. It's just too much.
That's why
It's what they really have to tell people to back up or give people space. It's always people just getting carried out of concerts. Like Travis Scott's what was it? What was it? Astro World, I think in 2018, where how many people died because they got how many
Now I'm gonna ask you a question. This may be rude, but is this mostly white people or do you have black people going there too?
it's a good mixture, but it's mostly white.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mostly white, and then also you don't really find alternative black boys who express themselves like Playboi Carti. He's very 10 people died actually in Ashley
Mm.
Rose crowd, but Playboi Carti expresses himself like he wears the skinny jeans. Like he's different. Very, very
Yes.
different. Nobody I would personally date, but hey, this is
interesting.
Say what?
Playboi Carti, this is Lil Uzi. They're kind of like in the same type of like genre of music.
That's not who we were just listening. Yes, it is. That's who we're just listening to. Ah, see?
And actually he has a very loyal fan base, a very, very
Well, but it sounds like is it like cultish almost?
Yes, it is almost. Do you think this creates a connection or is it just kind of like a divide within music?
Well, first we gotta redefine music. I mean,
Yeah, something.
that's like I know when you talk about visual art, some people like impressionists, some people like realists and that kind of thing. Might like some colors thrown up on the board, but if Tyrone can't see the apple and the orange, he's not gonna spend the money on the piece. So but I just
Oh,
don't.
that's him.
Mhm.
I'm
Eh,
sorry, T.
I guess his style, it can be girly, and then it can't, like, what he you could ki I wouldn't say this. Maybe. You can kinda compare him to Kanye in weirdness. That makes sense. And when people go
Hmm.
to his concerts, they just wear black. Just all black. Just black. And the people, who really listen, I'm not trying to be, like, stereotypical, like, they kinda dress this way too. Like, big pants, really, like,
Hands off the off.
yeah, fashion junkies, dreads.
That's old school, kind of. Back in the day.
Sometimes he can dress a little girly too.
Look at that one, T.
Which one?
That one.
Well, which one you talking about?
She's got the thing on it.
Oh, his head.
Oh,
I guess a mask. But, some of his it's catchy, but it's not really, like, nothing I can
I think what surprises us, I can't speak. What surprises me is it seems possible to just decide I want to kick off some kind of a beat and I'm going to freestyle some words that have no connection and the sound is very synthesized and if it's loud enough and techno what's the right word? It's like a techno sound. It's like somebody will buy it and it'll go off the charts. Is that purposeful? I mean, it has to be purposeful.
Well, remember, like our kids talk about the bass. I forget what they called it. I said, man, what is that? Pop, that's the latest thing. It don't sound like nothing to me.
It's a heavy bass.
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, but again, it's like Angel was saying, we're looking for music. We're looking for something that does something to the spirit, to the mind, to the heart, and all that, and has a rhythm to either dance to, just listen to, sweat your hair back to, whatever the case may be. But that doesn't seem to be what's happening
Well,
now.
baby, think about it. Do they dance together anymore? No. They dance by themselves.
But also music is separated in genres, like, I mean, back in the day, like, everybody kinda listened to the same thing. It wasn't like, you had rap, you had R&B, you
That's
had
right.
this, like, everybody has their own genre. Like, if I get in the car with one of my friends, they're probably gonna put on some Broadway, but as for me, I might put on Adele or Olivia, Dean or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their own genre of music they listen to. If I
That's
was to go
true.
to a Playboi Carti concert, I would sweat my hair out dancing. If I was to go to a Mariah the Scientist concert, I probably would be crying, yelling, still having a good time, but it's like different genres of how artists present themselves nowadays. Like some people are just really sweet. They want a sweet crowd. Like Beyonce can be for everybody. You can sweat your hair out, you can still dance, still have a good
Mm-hmm.
time, but it just depends on the artist.
That
And
makes sense.
also artists aren't categorized the same in today's generation. Like some people consider SZA as an R&B artist. Do y'all know who SZA is? No.
Uh,
Everybody in today's society, I feel like music is just grouped. Every black person is just in R&B or rap. Is no other genres for them to be secluded into. Like when Beyonce made a country album,
Mm-hmm.
that was a big
People
thing.
lost their mind.
That's right.
She wasn't supposed to do that.
Right.
She was not supposed
But
to
I
do
thought
that.
that was a hip thing she did. I
Yeah,
personally
I
thought
did
that was
too.
it.
Yeah, just for her, because everybody else, I mean, they ain't really doing it like how she is. But yeah,
I mean, still got for. I think for us, there still has to be some authenticity in it, and so if it was like she was playing it doing a country album, I would have said, "Nah, leave it alone." But she made the connection. That's part of her roots too.
Right.
yes. Love one more. This is by a new up and coming artist, Grammy award winning too.
I don't get it.
It's n yeah, okay, the
Y'all are looking at the music.
that's right.
Look at the like, what do you think he's trying to say?
I have not a clue.
Me either.
All I can
Me
hear was
either.
I was writing down when I could catch a lyric, so I caught Love Jones. Is that right?
Love Jones, the song is called Love Jones.
Well, hey, A for me, thank you. So I caught the Love Jones, and I thought I heard need to do a little bit more or something.
Yeah.
Ne
He
ne
talks about, well, you continue. You
I heard do a little bit more.
A little bit more wood.
I don't know. I don't know whether he's talking about need to do a little bit more in terms of, whether it's making love in the experience or whether it's do a little bit more to justify the Love Jones. Like I gotta work harder at the relationship. So I'm not sure. So if that's it, then I caught it. It's like I gotta work harder at this relationship. I need to do a little bit more, and that's why it's a Love Jones. So, but I couldn't catch the
That's
the
correct. He talks about a Hollywood girl. She has herself together, living in Hollywood. He also talks about his love for Los Angeles, for living there for 10 years.
Mm.
A girl who's leveled up and he's inspired by someone at that level. So yes, it's called Love Jones. Or
okay.
Nia. What was it? Nia? What's her name? Her name? What is her name? Y'all ever watch Love Jones? No.
Yeah, really? Um,
Nia Long.
yeah,
Was it Lawrence Tate? They had like a push and pull.
I remember that. I remember that movie. In fact, I got a video of it at the house. I think. I don't know. Is the music of today more complex than what we're accustomed to?
No.
Music?
I think it's more complex because
You do?
again, and love is not the same. It's not where you just go ask your mama for, can I court her and y'all go get married and stay married for 90 plus years.
Yeah.
No. I think love nowadays is about like loving different people and trying different things, new experiences, and also dating multiple people. So it comes with complexity.
But that's not different.
Is it? I feel like it is a little bit. My mom, like, she, she,
You know what I'm saying? We dated different people at the same time. You did all of that. The only difference was if you knew that this is your number one guy, right? And you were gonna date somebody over here and just go to dinner with somebody over here. This one over here knew this number one guy right here. So if you want to just take me out to dinner, that's cool. But yeah, for always, a woman would much more likely. I don't see this a lot different now. A woman would much more likely to stay true to the one guy until you show me that it's not worth my time. So back in the day, it was like, well, that's how guys will do. You just stay where you go. Today, I think this new generation is saying, that would be a no. That would be a no, because if you gonna play, I'm gonna play. If you gonna be settled, I would be settled. If that's what I want to do. And I also think that today, women are saying, freer to say, how about I don't want to be settled? I hear you saying I'm the one, but I don't want to be the one right now. I'll be a one, but not the one. That's what I'm hearing, younger people saying.
I pass, Alex.
That's what's in and that's the thing. Whatever is in the culture, whatever's happening is what's going to be reflected in the music. I just am having I think what we're having a hard time is calling what we're hearing music. That's the part based on our definition of music, of the components of music. And it sounds like maybe the components of music for this generation's ears is different.
Gone. I wouldn't even say different. Gone. You gotta have an intro. You gotta have a melody.
Define it.
You gotta have a bridge. Oh, beginning of the song.
Just talking?
No, it depends on what song it is.
The intro is letting me know that something is coming, right?
Before it was 8 bars.
Yeah, however many bars, it's letting me know something's coming. And from the intro, I get a sense of whether this is going to be something that I'm just going to jam to. Gives me a clue. it tells me whether it's gonna be something that's gonna probably touch my heart. It tells me whether there's gonna be a slow jam or whether this is gonna be, I mean, the rhythm does that, but the intro is all in the intro. It tells me whether the harmonies are probably gonna be sweet,
Right.
or for Ella Jones back in the day, some of her stuff was like the intro was just totally this fitting to be hard. This could be the hard blues. I'm gonna tell you the truth from the gut bucket versus Diana Ross and the Supremes, who are going to give you
Motown.
Motown and the sweetness kind of tight harmony thing. Yeah.
So you guys don't like surprises in intros? Like if the intro is just slow and it just picks up. Like you don't like that?
No, I like
Oh,
this musical. Absolutely. You know, if people are trying to make music without instruments, you know, because now I guess you can just hit buttons and you got that bass. Boom, boom, da, boom. I think, is it a real drum? No, pop is a da 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 da. It's a da da da. I don't know. Pablo even told me it was. But it was like boom, boom, boom. And if you in Alfonso's car shakes. I said, boy, what's wrong with you?
yeah.
Boom, boom. And then somebody comes down. That ain't music.
Yeah.
Where's the chorus? Where the
Like I
singers?
said, the expectation is different.
Our generation is like, you know.
The expectation of what music is supposed to do is different. Sure, that's a good. What is and you know what is music supposed to do for the generation today? Is there something that is expected from music?
I bet you the answer is no.
I mean, I think music is just music. You know, if you can, music can, it's just used for different purposes. I feel like if we're comparing it to your time, it's probably like protest music. No offense. No, it was protest music, but now, I mean, it's still artists out there that still, speak to real things and, highlight different challenges. But it's also, I don't know, sometimes you just gotta make it sound nice. And also, it also is record labels. You know, record labels are terrible and they might just want to hear, they just want you to put something out, or they might be hiring like these bogus songwriters or yada yada yada. Like I just think every artist has their own voice and they just have to develop it on their own. Whether you like it, you like it. Whether you don't, you don't. I'm not Rod Wave. He's just so sad to me. I'm not gonna listen to Rod Wave in this depressing music, but you shouldn't even listen to him to be honest. But like, have y'all heard of Frank Ocean?
No, I think.
Mhm.
Do
I
y'all
don't
want to
know.
listen to Frank Ocean?
No, I have no idea.
I feel like
He was into Billy Ocean. Was it Billy Ocean back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah. I thought she meant like now.
one last.
Kind of old school. But he's got a good groove. You know, the other thing that's missing, back in the day, after the person does this kind of stuff, if somebody plays a little solo or something,
Something or come up with some words or something.
yeah, and then take it out. That doesn't seem to happen anymore. I guarantee he ain't got no bread. Well, that's cowboy. See, I take that back.
That's
Yeah, bridge, yeah.
That's the hook.
I like this one.
Yeah. At least I like the groove. It's down.
Everything about that one.
What do you think he was trying to say?
I have no idea.
Because I couldn't hear I couldn't really understand. I could hear, but I couldn't understand all of the.
It's basically saying like this woman is his muse to inspire
did hear music.
his inspire his creativity. You're not my girl, but you're still my muse.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. At least it's, I don't know. I just think lyrics supposed to have some kind of story.
Me too.
Words.
But that's probably old school, I guess.
But otherwise, just playing an instrumental, just have a nice groove or something. But if it's not supposed to make sense, what's the point of the lyric?
But people are weird too. You have every aspect of a person. You know, like not every person gets along. It's very different genres of people. Like
Yeah, you're right about that.
they like odd stuff. Not really everybody was odd, you know, back in the day, really. You all had to conform, people had to conform to like the same thing of what society.
But see, that goes back to what I said earlier about where we are in this moment. Because if people are weird now,
They're gonna
people,
keep getting weirder.
well, people were weird then. It's just that you weren't free to be whoever you were. Think about it. That every community had the weird kid. You had the kid that your mama said you had to play with. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
you had the cousin that you had to include,
That,
and they were weird
that you didn't want to go with the
that you
cousin.
really didn't want. But now, and I don't have a problem with that. I think everybody should be free to be who they are. And I'm glad that this generation has gotten away from you're weird. I'm glad about that personally. Because now whoever you are, you can be that person. And I guess that's what's reflected in the music.
That's why our organization is called A Sign of the Times.
Well, that's right. As long as we remember that a sign of the times means that the music has to be relevant and the organization has to be relevant to where we are today. That's the hardest part.
True.
And remembering that as long as we are true to sharing or preserving the legacy of the diaspora, right? Whether it's music, dance, or spoken word, then and not be afraid of, not leaning back into what was, but saying, hey, this is where we are right now. The organization is determined to understand this moment, connected to the past, but see where it's taking us in the future.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. That's the only way it'll stay alive and be relevant. So I love this conversation today and listen to this. We would have never heard this music.
No, you're right.
So this has really been cool. Asia, we thank you for sharing that. I hope we get to do some more.
But you know what? We got to think about passing this on to some others.
And that's why I think that's all related to what we're doing right
Yeah.
here is starting these conversations, because if people Asia's age and a little older think, well, they're only about, they're only about straight ahead. They're only about R&B. They're only about funk. They're only about, whatever, the blues as we understand it. Then they may say, well, that younger people may say, well, that organization isn't relevant to us at all. When actually we have to be relevant to even those who music we might not understand right now. But if it's somehow connected to our kids, that means it's got to be connected. And our kids in the greater sense, then it has to be connected to the organization. It has to be connected directly or indirectly to the continent. Not everybody agrees with that, because there's some more conversations I can think about right now, but I'm going to leave it alone. It's been cool to me.
Yeah, we should probably spend some time on that.
Yeah. Asya, thank you. Number one intern, Asya Crisp. All right. It's been a great Music Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a ball. It's different. It's been different, and I like different. So y'all take care. Come back and see us.
All right. See you later.
Bye.